students, welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam online classes. Then now part 2 of understanding elementary shapes. Before going to part 2, we will just look at what we learnt in the last class. Topics learned so far. First one, line segments. We learned about line segment. Yes. Next, methods for measuring line segments. There are 3 methods we learnt. Which are those? Yes. First one, comparing by observation. Second one, comparison by tracing. Third one, comparison by using a ruler and a divider. Yes. Next, about the angles we studied. Okay, through an activity we studied about angles. On that, right angle and also straight angle we learned. Next, complete angle. One complete angle is called as one revolution. Okay, we studied all these things. Yes, in the last class I gave a small assignment. Okay, just we have to recheck your answer. Yes, first one, where will the hand of a clock stop at? A. Start at 12 and makes half of a revolution clockwise direction. Yes, see, this is a clock. Okay, then the clock hand start from 12 and makes half of a revolution. You know the clock, this is 12, 6, 3 and 9. You know half of a revolution means? Very good, that is straight line. So this from here to here means straight angle. Yes, half of a revolution means straight angle or two right angles. Okay, where it stops? See, observe the picture. It starts from 12 and makes the half of a revolution and stops at 6. Yes, starting from 12 and making half of a revolution, the clock can stop at 6. Next, second question, start at 2 and makes half of a revolution clockwise direction. Then where it stop? Yes, your answer is correct. It starts from 2 and stops at 8. Yes, very good. Next, second question. Second question is, why it is better to use divider than a ruler while measuring length of the line segment? Yes, we learned 3 methods of measuring length of the line segments, but here they says why it is better. Divider, we can use divider. Okay, using divider is better than using ruler. They are asking why. So see, answer, measuring length of a line segment using ruler may cause the following errors. Which are those? First one, thickness of the ruler. Means if the thickness of the ruler which causes difficulties in reading marks on it. Okay, in the ruler there are small lines are there. Okay, if the thickness is much, then it is difficult to read those marks. So that is one error. Second one, angular weaving or positioning error. Okay, I explained in the last class. These are 2 main errors by using ruler. Okay, so by using divider we are able to eradicate these 2 errors. So to measure length of a line segment, divider is better than ruler. Next, third question, what fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand of a clock turn through when it goes from? Yes, first one, 3 to 9. Okay, there is a clock. Okay, one hand goes from 3 to 9. Then what fraction of revolution we have to find out that? Yes, what we have to do first? Observe here, among 3 and 9 which is bigger number? Yes, that is 9. Yes, subtract smaller number from the bigger number, divide by total number of hours. See in a clock, see 1, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Total 12 hours or 12 movements here. So 9 minus 3 divided by 12 is equals to 6 divided by 12. 9 minus 3 is 6 divided by 12, that gives 1 by 2. See, 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12. So 1 by 2 of a revolution. Next, second one from 4 to 7. Okay. See, 7 minus 4 divided by 12. 7 minus 4 is 3 divided by 12. Then 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12. 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12. 1 by 4th of a revolution. Can you just remember half of a revolution? What is the angle for half of a revolution? Yes, very good. That is straight angle. Yes, straight angle. Next, for 1 by 4th of a revolution? Yes, that is right angle. Very good. Okay. But another method is also there to find out this. Yes, we will learn that. See, there is a clock. Okay. In this is 12, this is 6 and this is 3 and this is 9. Between 12 and 3, 1, here 1 and 2. Then 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. In this 3, clock hand moves from 3 to 9. See, this is 3. Yes, from here to this 9 here. Okay, see this. How many right angles? Yes, very good. 2 right angles. So, from 3 to 6, 1 right angle. 6 to 9, another right angle. 2 right angles is nothing but 1 straight angle. From 3 to 9, 1 straight angle. Okay. This is half of a revolution. Straight angle as half of a revolution. From this also we can able to calculate. Straight angle means the clock hand has to move 3 digits from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Yes. Or suppose it will start from 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. That is second other way to say right angle. So see, suppose this is there 12, 6, 3 and 9 is there. Here 1 and 2, here 4, 5. Suppose the clock moves from 2 to 5. Okay. This is also straight angle. Yes, sorry, right angle. This is a right angle. Yes, see, right angle means it has to move 3 digits. 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Yes, here it moves from 3 to 9 means half of a revolution. Next one, 4 to 7. Observe here. Yes, 12, 6, 3 and 9. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, the clock hand moved from 4 to 7. This is 4 to 7. This is 7. Means the clock hand moves 3 digit. 4 to 5, 1, 5 to 6 second, 6 to 7, 3 steps. So this is also right angle. Yes, right angle has 1 by 4th of a revolution. Yes, this is method to find out the answer. Yes. Next, angles. In the last class we studied about right angle, straight angle and one complete angle. Okay. With the basis of that we will learn acute angle, obtuse angle and reflex angle. So we will go one by one. First one, acute angle. What does it mean by acute? Okay, an angle smaller than a right angle is called an acute angle. Okay, you know the right angle. Right angle has 1 by 4th of a revolution. Okay, but acute angle is less than the right angle. See, these are the examples for right angle. Rooftop. See here, this angle is less than right angle. See here, this angle, seesaw. In this is also less than right angle. So it's called as acute angle. Suppose opening a book, the angle between two pages. Yes, this is also acute angle. So each of these are less than 1 by 4th of a revolution. Why it is less than 1 by 4th of a revolution? Yes, you know that right angle has 1 by 4th of a revolution, but acute angle is less than right angle, so it should be less than 1 by 4th of a revolution. Very good. Now second one, obtuse angle. What's mean by obtuse angle? Okay, if an angle is larger than a right angle, then it's called as obtuse angle. Okay, an angle is larger than right angle and less than straight angle. Okay, you know about right angle and straight angle. Okay, here obtuse angle is larger than right angle but less than the straight angle, that is called obtuse angle. See some of the examples of obtuse angle. See, in the house, in the rooftop, see, this is greater than right angle but less than straight angle. Next, book reading desk. You have desk. Yes, this angle is greater than right angle but less than the straight angle. So this is the example for obtuse angle. Yes, then each one of these is greater than 1 by 4th of a revolution and less than half of a revolution. Why? You know that right angle has 1 by 4th of a revolution but straight angle has 1 by 2 of a revolution or half of a revolution. Obtuse angle is greater than right angle, less than straight angle. So the revolution should be greater than 1 by 4th of a revolution, less than 1 by 2 of a revolution. Next, third angle, reflex angle. Yes, what is mean by reflex angle? Okay, so a reflex angle is larger than straight angle. Okay, you know the straight angle, but the reflex angle is larger than the straight angle. It looks like this. See the angle mark here. Suppose the clock hand moves from 12 to 7. Okay, the angle between these number is reflex angle, means it's greater than straight angle. Straight angle is from 12 to 6, but it's greater than straight angle. Yes, and also greater than half of a revolution. Half of a revolution is 12 to 6, but it is greater than half of the revolution. See the mark. Yes, now we are able to classify the angles as acute angle, obtuse angle and also reflex angle with the basis of straight angle and right angle. So we know the right angle. Okay, the angle which is less than the right angle is called acute angle. Next, the angle which is greater than the right angle and less than the straight angle is called as obtuse angle. Next, last one, the angle which is greater than the straight angle is called as reflex angle. Yes, but this does not give a precise comparison. Yes, okay. Suppose we have two acute angles. Okay, two acute angles, then Now we are failed to compare between two acute angles, which one is greater. Or suppose we have two obtuse angles. Now we are not able to differentiate between two obtuse angle, or which is the precise measurement. Okay, you are not able to find out the measurement now. So to measure, to compare this more precise, okay, we need a device called protractor, okay, which is used to measure the angles. Next, protractor. Protractor is a device which is used to measure an angle. Okay, see, this is the protractor. Okay, see, this is protractor. You see this in your geometry box. Yes, this is called protractor. See, this is bigger protractor. Okay, used by teachers. Okay, yes. Next, in the protractor, call measure as degree measure. Okay, see, suppose we want to write 360 degree, we use small 0 above the 360, means superscript. Okay, this is degree. Okay, this is degree measure. Next, one complete revolution is divided into 360 equal parts. See, one complete revolution means to reach original position. Suppose we start from here, then we can reach this position. This is called one complete revolution or one complete turn. Okay, for one complete revolution we divided into 360 equal parts. Okay, means middle. This is 0 up to this 90 degree, then 180, okay, then 270, okay, 360 or 0 degree, both are same. Okay, 360 degree here and 0 degree. Okay, like this we divide one complete revolution into 360 equal parts. Next, each part is called as degree. Each part we call it as degree. So we write 360 degree like this to say 360 degrees. This is the reading. Okay. Next, let answer this. See, how many degrees are there in half a revolution? You know that half a revolution. See, this is half a revolution, or see, this is circle from here to here. This is also half of a revolution or straight angle. Yes, what is the revolution or what is the degree? Yes, that is 180 degree. Next, second one, how many degrees are there in one right angle? You know the right angle. This is right angle. See, this angle is right angle. What is the angle? Yes, this is 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree. By using protractor we can measure. This is 90 degree. Next, how many right angles make 180 degree? 180 degree means, you know this, 180 degree means that is half of a revolution. Half of a revolution means that is straight angle. Okay, straight angle has 180 degree. Okay, how many right angles? Yes, you know that two right angles can make one straight angle. So for 180 degree we have two right angles. Next, how many right angles make 360 degree? 360 degree means one complete revolution. For one complete revolution we have four right angles. Yes, see, from here to here one right angle, here to here another right angle, here to here another one, from here to here fourth right angle. Total four right angles for one complete revolution or 360 degree. Very good. Next, can you do this? Yes, we will do something. See, you can take a bangle and one sheet. Okay, you should cut the sheet in the shape of circular shape, or we can take the circular shape sheet with the same size. Next, you can fold that circular sheet. See, suppose I took circular sheet, okay, then you can fold that like this, okay, circular shell you can fold, you will obtain like this. Next, what we have to do, you can fold twice, one fold like this, next another fold like this, you obtain, this is called as quadrant. See this is quadrant. Quad means 4. So in circle we divide into 4 equal parts. Suppose 4 equal parts. So we obtained only this part. See this part. This part is called as quadrant. See this, like this we obtained. This is called as quadrant. Okay. Next, open it. Then you got a semicircle. See, this is semicircle. In the middle you have a line that is 90 degree. See here, in the middle line I got, this is 90 degree. Next, see, then again you can fold and get it quadrant. Then again you can fold the quadrant like this. See, you will get the shape like this. See, like this you get. Yes. Then this is this angle. Then open it. You got 2 lines here and here. Yes, 2 lines. Yes. What we did, see, this is 90 degree, you know. Yes, we write in the middle, but we take it off, means 90 degree divided by 2, or half of 90 degree, that is 45 degree. Yes, and open it and write this place from left baseline, this is 45 degree. Yes. Next, and another side, this side. Yes, this line, wait, I will show. Yes, this fold line. So middle one 90 degree, you already know, plus half of 90 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree plus 45 degree, that is 135 degree. You write 135 degree on this line. Yes, now you got 90 degree, 45 degree and 135 degree. Next, what we have to do? Next, close this. Okay, again you should close. Okay, then again you can fold like this. Okay, you got the shape like this. So this, then open it. Then you got another 2 lines. Okay, below the 45 degree and above the 135 degree. So see, this below the 145 degree, half of 45 degree is 22 and half degree. Yes. Next, after 135 degree plus 22 and half degree, that is 157 and half degree. 157 and half degree. Okay. Then this is the approximate protractor. Okay, this is the approximate protractor. Okay, to measure the angles we can use this. I will tell the procedure again. So first you can take the circular sheet. Okay, then after that you can fold like this, semicircle like this. Next you can fold like this, then you get quadrant. Yes, then open that. At the middle you have a line, that is 90 degree. Then write 90 degree at the middle line. Then again you can fold like this. Okay, you get quadrant. Then quadrant at the middle you can fold like this. Yes, you can get the shape like this. Yes, then open it. Then you got 2 lines on right and left side of the 90 degree. Okay, on right left side of 90 degree, that is 45 degree, means half of 90 degree, then right side of 90 degree, that is 135 degree. Next, again you can fold like this quadrant, then like this. After that you can fold again like this. Okay, then open it. You got two lines below the 45 degree, then after the 135 degree. So half of 45 degree is 22 and half degree. In other hand, that is 135 degree plus 22 and half degree. So that is 157 and half degree. So this is the ready device to measure the angles, and also this is called as approximate protractor. Okay, what is protractor? Protractor is a device used to measure an angles. Okay, yes. Next, the protractor. See, this is the protractor. In the protractor, we divided into 180 equal parts. Okay, from right side. Okay, we will start from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 110, 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 180. Total 180 degrees in this protractor. Each part, okay, each part is called as degree. So this is 1 degree, 0 degree, 2, 3, 4. This blue lines is 5 degrees. Okay, from here to here 5 degree, from here to here 5 degree, 10 degree, like this. Okay, and also vice versa. See here, the readings are from 0 to 180 degree. Okay, 0 degree start from left side and ends at right side 180 degree, or 0 degree start from right side and ends at 180 degree in the left side. So this is the readings have from right side and also from left side. So this is only half of a revolution. Full revolution has 360 equal parts. Half of a revolution, 360 divided by 2, that is 180. So 180 degree. Yes. Next, measuring using protractor. How to measure the angle by using protractor? See, suppose you want to measure the triangle ABC. Sorry, angle ABC. Suppose you want to measure an angle ABC. How to measure this angle? By using protractor. So first place the protractor so that the midpoint of the protractor straight line lies on the vertex B. See, suppose, see, this is a protractor. Okay, it has the midpoint. Yes, this midpoint should be lies on the vertex B. This is the vertex. You know that. That should be lies in vertex B. Okay. Then afterwards, next point is adjust the protractor so that the line BC is along the straight line of the protractor. This is BC. This should be line along the straight line of the protractor. This is the straight line in this protractor. Okay. Next, after this, there are two scales in your protractor from here to here. Okay. See, this is 0 to 180 degree, but here also from 0 to 180 degree. But you should take measurement from here because this straight line coincide with this straight line of the protractor. So we should take the reading from right side 0 to this, like this. Okay. Suppose then this mark, this line midpoint is coincide with vertex B. then the straight edge of the protractor lies on the line BC. Then this line BA will give the measurement, angle measurement. Yes, suppose the angle this BA shows the 40 degree, then we write that triangle ABC is equals to 40 degree, or simply angle ABC is equals to 40 degree. This is the way of measuring angle. Okay, see, suppose this is ABC angle, this is ABC angle. How to measure? By using protractor. So we should keep midpoint lies on the vertex B. Okay, then this line BC should coincide with this straight line of the protractor. Like this we have to keep the protractor. Next, then this BA line BA will give the measurement. See, suppose it is the 40 degree, like this we have to keep. Suppose this shows the 40 degree, then the angle ABC is equals to 40 degree, or we also write like this, angle B is equals to 40 degree. Okay, these are two ways to measure write the measurement. Yes, with this we conclude this part. In this part, what we learned? We learnt about angles based on straight angle and right angle. We learned obtuse angle, acute angle and reflex angle. Then how to measure the angle. Next, we used the device called protractor to measure the angles. So I give you a small assignment. Okay, match the following: straight angle, right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle and reflex angle. In the right side I give a revolution. Okay, you have to match which is the straight angle as how much revolution, like that you have to match. Okay, thank you. Sai Ram.